We're back at the accountability desk. This time, I want to walk you through the timeline of a fatal crash. December 20th, 2020. Cardinal Carter driving along North Avenue around 7:30 that evening. Charles Banks was riding his bike home from work. According to the charging documents and the police report, Carter hit Banks, and just before 8 o'clock, Banks was pronounced dead at Johns Hopkins University. Now, still emotional, several members of Banks' family who we spoke to didn't want to go on camera, but their pain was still evident during our conversation.
We never got to say goodbye or really tell him how we loved him and how we felt about him. To come home and find that out, it was just, around Christmas, it just ruined everything.
On February 10th, 2022, Carter was arrested and charged with negligent vehicular homicide. The very next day, February 11th, 2022, this email was sent by a senior staffer at the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or MONSE, on behalf of the director, Shante Jackson, talking about Carter's arrest and those charges. The email says, in part, following the assistance and support of Mayor Scott and MONSE, Carter will be released today. And that email is raising some questions. Here's what Sean Kennedy with the Maryland Public Policy Institute is saying.
The use of political office and political power for personal favors is not only illegal in the city of Baltimore, in the city of Maryland, but it's actually a federal crime.
And that brings us here. We know that Carter worked for MONSE, which is the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. That department and agency was created when Mayor Brandon Scott took over. We also know that he worked for Safe Streets for several years. But now we're learning a little bit more in his new title within MONSE's Outreach Liaison. And remember, Jackson is the director of MONSE, and she's the one who sent that email in question. On June 13th of this year, I got a statement from the mayor's office when I asked about this email. The mayor's office said that no monetary support was provided. When I asked for clarification, since support was specifically referenced in the email, the mayor's office said that it was emotional support that was provided to Carter and his family. In the meantime, the spokesperson for MONSE is ignoring our questions about this email and Carter's current employment status. On June 10th of this year, these photos were posted on social media, clearly showing Carter on the job. Right after that, another photo was posted to social media showing Carter standing right next to Mayor Brandon Scott. We're still waiting for answers from Director Jackson and the staffers within MONSE, but in the meantime, we're investigating State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, the town prosecutor in Baltimore City. We sent her office questions asking if she knew Mr. Carter would be released. Did she have any communication with Mayor Scott, Director Jackson, or members of their staff regarding this case? Should Mr. Carter have been released on an unsecured bond in the first place? And remember, an unsecured bond means that he did not have to pay any of the money on a promise that he would show up to his next court date. We're still waiting for answers from her office. But in the meantime, this investigation is far from over. And as we continue to dig into MONSE and Safe Streets as a program, we need your help. If you have any tips or anything you think we should look into, email me directly at safestreetstips@gmail.com. At the Accountability Desk, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.